Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Ryan. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Hey, this is a very big moment. This video that you're watching, this is a big moment for the channel, for me personally, for our Twitch streams and our YouTube videos and all of the work that I do to put out video stuff. This is a video I'm very excited to make, but it's a big moment for us. So what's going on? Well, as I sit here to make this video, we are popping off on Twitch. We're popping off on YouTube, at least, for context, in a small creator way. We're sitting at 9,500 subscribers on YouTube, very close to 10,000. My dog is barking downstairs. Over on the Twitch side of things are popping off. We've been plus, 30 plus average viewers for many months now. I think last month was almost 40. I'm seeing people from YouTube over on Twitch. Our comments are going through the roof. Engagement, new series on YouTube, lots of things to be excited for. It's all going to the moon, baby. An exciting time to be in the little indigestion content creation, a little umbrella thing that we got going on. Another person sitting in my shoes, sitting in this chair right now, might be looking at making a couple decisions to sort of wrestle that momentum in the right direction. They might be, for instance, looking to start a campaign on the push to 10,000 subscribers, or over on Twitch, a thing that's really common. Someone might be looking to maybe push for partner. I'll explain what that is in a second. Today's video, I'm going to explain to you why I'm not doing those things and why I think that's important and why it relates to my long-term goals here on Twitch and YouTube. So buckle the heck up. We got a lot to talk about in today's video. At the end of the video, we will do the normal monthly channel update thing where I talk to you about the series that we finished on YouTube, new series that are coming, maybe what you can expect in the next month. You'll still get that. It'll just be at the end of the video. I really want to talk about this. I've been waiting 3 years to do it. Speaking of the devil, this is a moment where 3 years ago when I started streaming on Twitch and 2.5 years ago when I started also making YouTube videos, this is what it's all led up to, right? Like when you start streaming on Twitch, there's this very distant goal in the future. It seems impossible almost, which is to be partnered on Twitch. What it takes to be partner, if you don't know, a number of requirements about how often you stream and all of that jazz. But mostly, the big hard one is that you have to reach 75 average concurrent viewers on Twitch over a 30-day period. It's a very hard thing to reach. We're not all that close, but man, we're closer than we've ever been before. Like I said, last month, probably close to 40 average viewers. That's really cool. Again, this is that's the goal on the horizon for most Twitch streamers when they start. It's the dream, the pipe dream, someday being partner. What does partner get you? Well, that's kind of an actually hilarious question these days. It gets you some advantages in terms of streaming on the platform. Twitch knows about you. They approve of you, hypothetically. They, they give you better deals, etc. You can make a little bit more money, which is exciting if you're trying to make a lifestyle out of this kind of stuff. These days, partner does mean a little bit less than it used to, though. Mostly the big thing is you get this little verified check beside your name, which says you are something special on this website. This is all going to relate to what's also happening on our YouTube channel right now in just a minute, I promise. If you don't care about Twitch, that's cool too. This is all this in my head, this is all related. Hopefully in a minute I can show you that it's all related too. So what is pushing for partner, or what is a push to partner? It's a thing that happens very often when you're in shoes similar to mine, which is that you start to believe partner is possible. All you really have to do is get 75 of the people who watch you often to sort of hang out religiously for a month. That's the idea. And you will hit the 75 average viewers, at which point you can then, you actually have to apply for the program. You're not just automatically accepted once you get 75 average viewers. That's unimportant. The idea is how you really rally your community together and make this special push to achieve this goal that means a lot to people. A lot of times people do special streams, or they just kind of make their communities very aware. Hey, for the next 30 days, I'm really trying to push for partner. Bring your friends, hang out, leave a lurk while you're working. Do this, really buckle down for the next 30 days. And at the end of it, we're going to achieve this thing that is really hard and really special. That all sounds nice, right? Having the verified, that seems like a huge accomplishment. Why am I not interested in doing that? Well, it's related to my decision to not do things right now. Maybe I'll do them in the future, but not do things like, hey, we're really close to 10,000 subscribers. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You won't find me really saying those things in our videos, or if I do, it's very rare. You honestly very rarely hear me mentioning subscribers or hitting the subscribe button at all. And the reason for that is this. It's actually a lot of reasons. Let me get into many reasons. Being partner on Twitch would be really cool. And someday I hope to know what that feels like someday. That would be nice to know what it feels like to be a partner on Twitch. But here's the deal. At the end of the day, my goal is not to be a partner on Twitch. My goal is to deliver entertainment, feelings, maybe some warmth, some community, some feelings of communion with other humans on the internet to as many people as will watch me and be entertained by doing it. That's the whole goal. That's the whole period. If along the way I can also financially support myself, that'd be great because it means I get to keep doing it. If along the way I reach a thing like partner, that's great, especially if arguably it helps me do this for more people. I'm not sure that it does. But here's the thing that I've seen a lot with people pushing for partner. The decisions that I make every day when I sit down in this chair and I boot up a video game or I boot up the stream or both or recording software, and I try and make something of a video game or a moment on stream that will give you some entertainment or make you laugh or even just distract you from work for a little bit. Every day when I'm trying to do those things, the goal is to do it in such a way that in 2 years, I'm still doing it. The goal is to do it in a way that is super long-term, sustainable, gives you a laugh today, but also might give you a laugh in a couple months or might give somebody else a laugh when they discover this video in 2 years or whatever. The goal is also, above all else, to keep my motivation as high as possible. I'm a pretty motivated person in general. I wake up in the morning and I really like doing some work while I drink my coffee most of the time. Sometimes I'm tired, that's exception, but like most of the time I wake up and I'm kind of out the door running, if you will. In my experience as a person who has had multiple YouTube channels in the past, that is the most important key facet of long-term success on YouTube or on Twitch or with whatever passion project you're working, is keeping your sort of internal sense of motivation as high as possible. And in my experience, the quickest way to put a big old damper on your internal sense of motivation is to instead start caring about an external sense of motivation. This is the reason, from the small level to the high level, that I won't be pushing for partner. It's also the reason, very frankly, that like, hey, we happen to usually shadow ban users on YouTube who make me not want to hang out in the comment. You know, like if a person is rude a couple different times in the YouTube comments, I just shadow ban them. Why? Because it's not worth the extra engagement or my sanity / motivation. I've got great motivation to continue making YouTube videos. One of the reasons for that is that I just like that extra engagement isn't worth it. It's also one of the reasons that like we've never done a subathon over on Twitch where we try to make as much money as we can over a month period, because money would be great, I guess, but it's not the goal long term. The goal long term is to stay motivated to keep making stuff. That's the reason that I look at maybe pushing for partner, and I think about planning streams where I'm like, hey, come hang out, specifically 75 of you if we can. If you can't actually interact, just lurk on the stream, and then we'll do that for 30 days, and then at the end of it, we'll have achieved something super important to us. I look at that and I'm like, what do we do on day 31? We go back to the shit that we've been doing right now, which is just to make the most entertaining moments that we can, to try and give people a sense of the things that I've already mentioned. At the end of that, at day 31, we're going to go back to what we're doing right now. So why don't we just keep doing what we're doing right now? This is why I'm not going to be asking people to subscribe so that we hit 10,000 subscribers. That number, when we hit it, which may be in the next month or so, I think, the way things are going, I don't actually know. Maybe it'll be a little bit longer, maybe a little bit shorter. I haven't looked. Big surprise. When we hit that and we're at 10,001, the thing that I'm going to keep doing is waking up, finding a cool game to record or a blind reaction to do or some insight to add on the narrative or storytelling of some piece of art that is a video game. So why don't we just keep doing that right now? So I guess the next question is, why am I mentioning this at all? Well, first off, I mean, I hope that if someone is watching this and they are creating content as vomit inducing as that word is, that maybe this, can speak to them a little bit and give them some insight over the last 3 years of stuff that I've learned. The other thing is that this just feels important to me in a much larger way, right? Like this lesson that I've learned from YouTube and Twitch applies to, my other hobbies. It applies to my marriage. It applies to my relationships. Like seeking out for the sort of result at the end of the tunnel or the goal at the end of the tunnel can be great. However, it's the daily process that matters as much as anything. And I don't know. That's my 2 cents. I don't know if we are going to hit partner on Twitch. I can imagine, very honestly, I can imagine a world where we've hit every requirement other than average viewers, right? I can imagine a world where I spend the next 3 years streaming on Twitch and never hit 75 average viewers. I can imagine a world where we hit 75 average viewers, we apply, and Twitch, for the unknown reasons that Twitch says, hey, I don't think you're quite there yet. I can imagine a world where we hit it next month. I don't think that's likely, but maybe that'll happen. Either way, no matter what happens in that large realm of possibilities, here's what is very easy for me to imagine and to focus on. Tomorrow, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to record some Witcher. And I'm going to do my best during the 40 minutes of those episodes to deliver some insight if there's something on the storytelling perspective that I can. Deliver some positivity and energy in general with my personality for those 40 minutes that somebody chooses to spend with me that day. And maybe make some people laugh along the way. And the day after that, I will do the same thing probably, although it'll probably be a different game, but I'll record another game, do that. I'll go live, try and make people smile, and I'll go to bed happy at the end of the day. Partner or not, I go to bed happy at the end of the day. I think I just spat on my keyboard. Oops. Also, just to be clear, as we do wrap this topic up, and I'll move over into the actual channel monthly updates, you may still find me celebrating these milestones when they happen, because I think you should take any chance to celebrate, right? Is it your birthday? Awesome. Is it also just a random Tuesday where you can treat yourself, maybe get some nice food, eat a fun dessert? Take the opportunity to treat yourself. If we hit 10,000 subscribers, you could probably expect to see a message from me or something cool happening and being like, hey, this means a lot. Thank you. Thank you very much. When we hit partner, if we hit partner, same kind of deal. You got to take the reasons to celebrate, right? Anyways, that is my thoughts on why we are not pushing for partner. I hope that you enjoyed seeing a little bit of behind the scenes. I've had 3 years to think about whether or not how we would approach this moment in our channel's history. And mostly I just feel grateful to be having the option to think like, hey, what do we do as we maybe approach a little bit closer to this cool goal? I feel very grateful that we've had this chance. Hey, let's do the channel. My voice just cracked. Let's do the channel monthly update stuff. This is the first video I'm recording after just getting back from a vacation with my lovely wife. This is our very delayed honeymoon. We had a great time. It's time to think about what's going on the YouTube channel in the next month and what happened in the last month. So, speaking of The Last of Us, we just finished up The Last of Us 1 blind playthrough. We played remastered, actually. The Last of Us Remastered blind playthrough. If you haven't seen that, my God, is it a good game, and I would recommend it. We played the DLC as well. I think that's like 27 total episodes, probably 20 hours of gameplay. Very special. Oh, man. Somebody said the other day that the game just finds a way to worm itself, to like wiggle itself into your heart. And it did. I didn't expect lots of what happened there, especially at the end of the first episode, but I didn't expect to feel so in love with that game, because I mostly haven't played games like that before. Like I've played some video games. I have not played there's a lot of cutscenes, it's like a movie a little bit, You're watching a movie, you're also having some gameplay moments, but I always thought, I figured I would save this thought for this video. I have a hilarious admission to make, which is that I always got The Last of Us and Life is Strange confused. I was like, they're both, what I thought about them was, I was like, they're both movie games, I think. or you just like watch cutscenes happen. I don't think they're actually all that similar as video games. I also have not played Life is Strange. Maybe that'll be a blind playthrough here before too long. But now that I know what The Last of Us is, I'm not sure it's like Life is Strange. I don't know. I don't know shit about Life is Strange. I think there's a butterfly involved in Life is Strange. That's about what I've got. Anyways, Last of Us was very fun. If you watched that, thank you. I know it had a very warm welcome, which meant a lot to me because I felt like I poured my heart and fucking soul into experiencing that game as well as I could and providing what insight I might at different storytelling moments and probably talking way too much over cutscenes. I'm still trying to get better about that, I promise. What else has been going on? We're playing The Witcher, of course, still. We have now moved on to the last DLC, the Blood and Wine DLC, which is off to a roaring start. I'm about to record some more here in about 20 minutes as soon as I'm done filming this. I can't wait. There's more Gwent. There is an incredible story if you haven't played the DLCs. I understand now why people said you play The Witcher in order to play the DLCs, because the first one, Hearts of Stone, was great and short. I can't wait to see where Blood and Wine takes us. So that's been happening. Hollow Knight is still ongoing. We are streaming that about once a week, usually on Saturday nights. And then I move those videos over to Twitch. I'm going to try and make it twice a week, maybe Saturdays and Sundays when I can. However, it is November, which means it's time to start hanging out with our families for the holidays. So things are going to be a little up and down in terms of scheduling. What else? Megan and I played a bunch of 7 Days to Die. So some of those videos came out. This has been a weird month in terms of, like, right before we went on vacation, I made up my mind that I really needed to work through a shit ton of backlogged stream games, like games we had played a little bit of on stream, but I had never pushed to YouTube. We do this thing on stream very often, usually on Thursdays, called the Wheel of Games, where if you're at stream, you can pick a game for me to play. And the members of chat sort of compete, and they like, we spin a big wheel. Whatever game it lands on, that somebody in chat picked, I play the game the next day. We had tried out a bunch of games. Let me scroll. I'm looking on my other monitor to see what games we played. Mini wheel games made it to YouTube in the last month, aka we played a couple hours and they made it out as videos. Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Crusader Kings 3. We played some Outlast 2, but that was from a charity stream. We played Enter the Gungeon, Starbound, Sayonara Wild Hearts we played in its entirety. All of those are games that were on the members of our Twitch community suggested to me, and they won, and then we played them. We also, the big one, those are past stuff that has started making it out, or is already done making it out on YouTube. The other things that are ongoing, the big one is we have finally started playing Hitman, a game that I have heard a decent amount about over the past many years, but I never touched before a week ago, whatever. So we're playing Hitman. You can expect those videos to come out for a long time. We're playing the modern trilogy. We're playing Hitman 1 from that trilogy. And I think we're just gonna like play as much of it as I can because it's incredible. And I suck so bad at it, but there's just something about in the first episode we killed approximately 30 people on the training mission, pulled all of their bodies into a bathroom, made an enormous pile of like limbs, and set the entire yacht like aflame with anger and worry. It was awesome. I loved it so much. There's just something about the like absurdity of the game, which is beautiful. So we'll keep playing that. What else is to come? Hey, I don't know in terms of blind playthroughs. I have a couple ideas in mind. However, it's going to be at least a week, maybe a little bit more before I start one of those alongside The Witcher. I have lots of work I need to get caught up on outside of that. Yeah, you can always hit me with your suggestions for blind playthroughs. There is a pretty long running list, I would say, in my head of games that would make great ones and many of which I fully plan to get to. It's just always a matter of determining what's right and what's next and all of that. Hopefully more news on this very soon. You can always, stay tuned and I'll let you know. The easiest way to keep up to date actually about what will probably be next is either our Discord or my Twitter, both of which are in the comments down below. What else do we have to talk about this month? I think that's mostly it. Yeah? The Witcher. We covered The Witcher. We covered The Last of Us, which was the big series that ended. The Witcher will not be done this month, I don't think. Not for a couple months, I don't imagine. Hitman is ongoing. We talked about all the old videos. I think that's everything, right? Yeah, I think that's everything. So I guess the next thing to say is, hey, shout out to our Patreon supporters. Thank you very much for supporting us on Patreon. Specifically, I'd love to shout out 2 of our older or longer Patreon supporters this month, Austin B and Red Eclipso. Thank you guys so much for continuing to support us on Patreon. It means the world to me. I appreciate you. Hey, here's why it matters to me that here's why the Patreon supporters matter to me. A little bit of like financial help to make this as sustainable as possible, allow me to continue to spend more time making videos. That's awesome, right? That's great. That, I mean, truly that means the world to me. The other part of it is just that, like, it just feels like we have people behind us believing in us, which in a world of creating in a world of creating content, you just feel like you're one person in a big old sea of other people, and you're like, I believe that we've got something special here, that we've got something worth paying attention to. And for a long time, you're just standing there saying, I believe, and then some people start to believe alongside you, and that's really special. And Patreon supporters, you mean the world to me in that way. That's gonna do it for our monthly updates. It's November now. Enjoy the videos that come out this month. If you'd like to see a specific game for a blind playthrough, you feel free to let me know down in the comments, or you can pop into our Discord and let us know there. Yeah, I hope that you personally, hope you have a good month. If you have holidays that you're celebrating this month, I hope you get to see family if that's your thing. Otherwise, I hope you get to enjoy the holidays in whatever way you fit. Much love from me and from Megan and the whole Indigestion household to you. Thank you very much for watching this video. Best wishes. Goodbye. Bye-bye.